and welcome to Snetterton for the ninth and final round of the GT Cup Championship. After a gruelling season of wheel-to-wheel racing, today is a judgment day, and only one of these drivers can leave here as the 2011 GT Cup champion. After a very strong performance this season, Porsche driver Andy Ruin is hot favourite to win the championship today. But as we all know in motorsport, it ain't over till the checkered flag drops. So let's head down to the paddock and see how the drivers are feeling ahead of the final showdown.
Well, we had such a great start to the season that I think everybody's been playing catch up for most of it. So today, I've got to finish. If I have a disqualification, then obviously I throw it back into the seconds. But yeah, if I just finish, I'll manage to take the championship, I think.
So that's a pretty nice situation to be in. Does that mean no nerves going into today?
You never go around a corner at 125 miles an hour and have no nerves. No, and you still want to go in and put a race. You know, that's why we do it. We don't do it for just the championship. It is about trying to win the race. We've got a tough job today. We're lying third on the grid. We've got ballast because we had a win at Spa. The two guys at the front are really quick. They were a full 2 seconds on us in qualifying, the Chevron, and a new guy in a Porsche. So, but a podium finish would still go down well.
We've had a lot of problems with the car, but we're here at the end and hopefully going to have a good result and end up with the Group 2 crown, hopefully.
Yeah, because you're sitting third in the overall points, but of course it's a Group 2 battle that you're interested really in today. How close is it? What do you need to do?
I need to finish both races, hopefully finish ahead of Galashan. I'd like to win it from the front if I can, and just going to go out there and do the same I've done all season, drive my hardest and just go for it.
Unfortunately, it may need a disqualification on Andy's part for me to actually win the championship. I suspect when we get out of the cars after the race, if he punches me, possibly, but no one would want to win a championship like that. I suspect we're just going to go out and have a good race and see what happens.
So it's basically bar a miracle, you're thinking second is going to be yours?
Yeah, I think I've secured second place in the championship, which is a good year. And I suppose if you'd said that at the start of the year, I'd have said, yeah, well, that's great, but we all want to win, and you know, maybe miracles will happen. I suspect not. Only one not finished. The car's been tremendously reliable. Migliore cars kept that on track all the way through. I think I was very competitive through the middle of the year, and I won a race, been second a few times, been on pole a couple of times, been there or thereabouts, but you know, Andy's raced very well and been even more consistent than me, and if he does win the championship, congratulations to him.
Well, Ollie, welcome to the GT Cup Championship. You've left it a little bit late in the day, last round of the season. What's prompted you to come and have a go?
Well, we've been watching it on the TV, you know, over the last few months, and it looks like a fantastic championship. But we've also been doing the Porsche GT3 Cup Challenge, which we won this year, because our last round was at Silverstone a couple of weeks ago. So we thought, you know, we're not too sure what we're doing next year, so it's worth a wee, you know, test the water, see what it's like, and so far it's been fantastic. So really nice, really good championship. It's been a challenging year for us, but we've been getting faster and faster and faster. I've been learning, the team's been learning, because it's their first year with a Porsche as well, which is totally different from a Mini to work on as well. But everyone's came together and everyone's learnt fast and not made any mistakes, and it's been a great year. So Tynecastle Racing have done a great job setting the car up and running it for us for this year. So, and I've done my best at the driving, and it's all came together and just worked out well for us.
Well, here we are down on the grid for the second to last race of the season, and here is our championship leader Andy Ruin. All he needs to do is go out there and have a nice clean race. If he can do that, he will be champion. Over to you, Ben.
Thanks, Charlie. This is when we get to the serious business of the season. So will Andy Ruin do it in race 1 in the final meeting of the season here at Snetterton to claim the 2011 championship? Well, this is how they line up, with Jordan Witt in Little Chevron on pole position. Alongside him, Ollie Mortimer on the front row of the grid. That will be a good David versus Goliath battle. Andy Ruin's there in 3rd. Tom Andrew well up in 4th as the cars come to the end of the formation lap. Rolling start as ever in the GT Cup Championship. Let's see who gets the job when those red lights go out. They rumble on the centre straight, the lights go out now, and away we go. Racing for the penultimate time this year. The field surge up towards riches, and it's the Little Chevron of Jordan Witt to the inside. Around the outside looks Ollie Water in the Porsche. Elbow to elbow there through riches. Great stuff from the pair of them, and just Jordan Witt holding on as the field fan out on the way towards the hairpin at Montreal. And again, Jordan Witt to the inside. He's going to make Ollie Mortimer do this the hard way and drive around him. Now, you would say the first half of the Snetterton 300 lap plays to the characteristics of the Chevron GR8 with lots of medium speed and slow corners, whereas the slightly larger Porsche will have to wait really to run down the Bentley straight to challenge. They come out of Palmer, accelerate on towards Agostini. The rest of the field going through a little bit of dust being kicked up there by David Tomlin. Great sight these cars make in the October sunshine as through Hamilton come this leading duo. What a battle we've got here. Head of the field is Mortimer getting a little bit of a twitch through Hamilton, just trying to get that power down. And the right-hander Oggies, and then Williams is going to be the crucial corner. Ollie Mortimer wants to get a good run now onto the Bentley straight to try and draw alongside the Chevron GR8 of Jordan Witt, who leads the race. So they charge down back straight. To the inside goes Mortimer. He's going to challenge for the lead here, and through he goes into lead the race. Great move there for Ollie Mortimer. Now, what can Jordan Witt do to fight back against the Porsche? He closes right up to his rear bumper through Nelson, again looking to the inside as they accelerate on towards the bomb hole. Mortimer planting his right foot through the cambered corner and on towards Coram again. This could just play into the hands of the Chevron as Coram tightens its Morris. Yes, here we go. Jordan Witt closing again once more onto the tail of the Porsche to within a car length into Murray's, but now Ollie Mortimer could possibly use the straight line speed of the Porsche just to draw away from the Chevron of Jordan Witt, which means Jordan's got all the work to do as they arrive into Riches. In fact, he's got a lot more work to do because Andy Ruin's on his tail, and Ruin looks to the inside here of Jordan Witt and goes through and snatches 2nd position. Well, we were hearing before the race, all Andy's got to do is make it to the flag, but here he is, dicing his way up to the head of the field, moving to the inside of Jordan Witt. What can Jordan do? He's got David Tomlin as well for company. Super battle, this multi-mark racing's very best. Porsche, Chevron and Ferrari running more or less line astern as they turn through Palmer. And again, Jordan Witt in the Chevron closing in onto the tail of the Porsche of Andy Ruin. Tom Andrew just giving him a little bit of dust in the Morgan into Hamilton, and the gap coming down once more between Witt and Ruin. Andy Ruin will be just waiting for the Bentley straight to kick in when he can put a little bit down between himself and the Chevron, because that gap comes down to absolutely nothing through Oggies. But then Jordan Witt can't prize the opening into Williams, and Andy Ruin should be able to see off the Chevron. Jordan will settle into his slipstream. Here is battle for Group 2 as Francis Galashan just holding off Tom Andrew, having a good tussle, as are still Andy Ruin and Jordan Witt. So Nelson, and out onto the grass there goes Jordan Witt, a bumpy ride back onto the track, and that's cost him a couple of car lengths really on the section of the circuit where he'll be looking to close on the Porsche of Andy Ruin. You can see how much Andy Ruin's pulled away. And here is Jordan's dad David right on the tail of the Ferrari of Rupert Martin, so the pair of them having a good little tussle as well, slightly lower down the order, and Shaw Winder as well keeping them company. Back to the fight for 2nd into Montreal, and Jordan Witt has really closed that gap down once more. He is leaning on that Chevron through the corners, and he has brought himself back into contention in this fight for 2nd position. Don't forget, Ollie Mortimer still leads the race. Andy Ruin leads the championship, and if he stays where he is, he will win the championship here at Snetterton. Group 2 battle still Francis Galashan just from Tom Andrew. Great shot there into the cockpit, the Morgan of Tom Andrew. As David Witt has slipped now behind Shaun Winder. It's a good drive here from Shaun, so he's moved up ahead of David Witt and actually into 3rd in the Group 2 podium battle. So Shaun Winder could be getting some more silverware here at Snetterton. He needs to keep the Chevron at bay. Talking of keeping Chevrons at bay, Andy Ruin firmly planting that Porsche in the middle of the road on the way towards the bomb hole. Super scrap this one again. Witt looks to the inside of Andy Ruin. He can't find his way through a corner. Mortimer takes the win. This race has just flown by, and Andy Ruin, here he comes now. He is going to win the championship. Andy Ruin is the GT Cup champion for 2011 and a very deserved champion as well. So here are the results from race 1 here at Snetterton, with Ollie Mortimer taking the victory from the new champion Andy Ruin, with Jordan Witt an excellent third, Francis Galashan winning Group 2 in 5th, and Darrell Wilson Group 3 in 10th position. So the Group 1 podium, Ollie Mortimer from Andy Ruin and Jordan Witt. Group 2, Francis Galashan from Tom Andrew, and a great drive from Sean Winder to round out the podium. And Darrell Wilson, well, he's been an ever-present really this season, and well-deserved win in Group 3. Here is the champ, Andy Ruin, and the JMH team quite rightly congratulating their man. They've worked so hard over the course of the season for this. Andy really has been the superlative driver of 2011 and thoroughly deserves the title.
A quick word for you. You've done it. You are the 2011 GT Cup champion. How's that feel?
It feels absolutely fantastic. Some of the other guys have been quicker than me during qualifying yesterday, particularly Whitty was so quick, but with his ballast and my ballast, I sort of had a little bit of compensation down the straights. To come away with a second is just makes it fantastic. I love it.
Well done. It's been a great season. The team deserves this. Well done.
The team have put in so much hard. I'll just thank Jason and Ben and the rest of the guys. Aaron, who's took me from a fairly mediocre racer to winning a championship. You can't say that every day.
Well done.
Celebrations now on the podium for the first race. The Pirelli girls doing the honours with the bubbly and the trophies. Drivers all getting a very warm round of applause. They're giving us some great entertainment. Andy Ruin taking his place on the podium. Standing ovation from the entire field really, and look at the crowd that's turned out to cheer on these drivers in the final races of the season. Shows the popularity of the GT Cup Championship and a great race 1 to reward their support.
Well, Ollie, congratulations, your GT Cup debut and a very convincing win. How was that?
Yeah, it was, I hate to say it, but it was quite easy. It just kept getting smaller and smaller in my mirror, but they had weight ballast in their car as well, so I don't think that helped. But I still think, you know, from that, the amount I won it by, I think, even if they didn't, I think it still would have been possible to win that quite easily. But it was fantastic, really trouble-free race, brilliant first outing in this championship. Tynecastle Garage did a great job of setting the car up and running it, and just quick thanks to my sponsors, Formula Tanker Rental and Arcadia Sports, because if it wasn't for them I wouldn't be here this weekend, because they put up the cash for me to do this extra meeting, so thanks to them.
Well, Tom, second place in that race, but you have sewn up the Group 2 championship. How does that feel?
It was pretty good. It's come into GT Cup last year as well and take Group 3, and we've set out to win Group 2, and it's happened for us.
Just Group 1 left now. Is that next year?
Oh, we'll have to wait and see about next year.
Well, the lads from Team JMH have wasted no time getting their champion signs up in the awning. But we've still got another race left to run here at Snetterton, and with the championship already decided, all the pressure's off. Join us after the break for that one.